Good, y'all. Let's get into last night's episode of Monday Night Raw. In my opinion, man, this show was just terrible into the main event, right? Let's be honest, guys. The main event saved the show. It was very shocking. There was some surprises. It was unpredictable what happened in the main event. And that's the only reason that I would give this show a 1 out of 10, because everything else, in my opinion, was garbage leading up to the main event. So we start the show off with Naomi talking about being the new women's champion. Naomi pretty much calls out the fans for thinking that she was going to cash in on Tiffany Stratton. I actually made a video about this. I was pissed off that Naomi cashed in on EU Sky instead of Tiffany Stratton, because I'm just tired of Tiffany Stratton being a champion. But it's obvious that at SummerSlam, Jade Cargill was most likely going to take that title from Tiffany Stratton. So I think it's all going to work out for the better, man. I'm not that mad at Naomi taking the belt from EU anymore. So anyway, she said that nobody knows her next moves, which is why she's champ. And she says that she didn't betray Bianca Belair. She outgrew Bianca Belair. And she says that Jade never wanted her to succeed. So then Rhea Ripley pretty much interrupts Naomi's speech. And Rhea Ripley surprisingly congrats Naomi for being champion. But she also congrats Naomi for making it onto her list. Then EU Sky comes out with her booty cheeks hanging out of her shorts, man. I didn't know EU Sky was thick like that, y'all. EU Sky, she got some thick thighs. The booty was looking kind of fat last night. Shout out to the Japanese queen, EU Sky, man. So EU Sky tells Naomi that she's going to get her title back. Naomi responds and tells EU that she didn't understand what she said, which I thought was hilarious. Even the fans in the crowd started laughing because EU Sky, man, she's got to get better with English, man. Her Japanese accent is super strong, and she can speak like 10% English, man. So Adam Pearce comes out and says that all three will have a triple threat match for the title at SummerSlam. And then backstage, we got a segment with Dirty Dom where he's telling Finn Balor that AJ Styles is stalking him. Remember, Dirty Dom is supposedly sick, and he's pretty much been dodging that title match with AJ Styles, man. So Raquel finally accepts that Roxanne Perez is her tag team partner. Finn tells Dirty Dom to assist Roxanne Perez and Raquel during their match. So next we got the Kabuki Warriors versus Raquel and Roxanne. The Kabuki Warriors is Asuka and Kairi Sane. So Dom pretty much distracts the ref from getting the 3 count. Raquel also helps break the 3 count. Dirty Dom distracts Asuka again, and then Raquel sneaks from behind and gets the 3 count for the win. So next backstage, we got a segment with Braun Breaker and Paul Heyman. They get interviewed for a Seth Rollins update. Paul pretty much says it's too soon for an update for Seth, and he says Seth Rollins has until next June to cash in. So Paul then says that Braun Breaker tonight will run the gauntlet and be the #1 contender for Gunther's title at SummerSlam. I actually think that's a great match, and if it happens, Braun Breaker should obviously win, because at this point, I'm happy if anybody takes the title from Gunther, man. I don't care who it is, right? So backstage, we got a segment with Lyra Valkyria. She gets interviewed about her title shot between her and Bayley. Lyra said this match is going to put the Bayley comparisons to bed, and she only wants to be mentioned with Bayley for the title. Then Bayley comes out of nowhere and said that she will win, and what's best for Lyra is to stay the hell out of her way. Let's be honest, guys. If Bayley loses this match, right? If Bayley loses this match, she should be released from the WWE so she can go to AEW, because Bayley's character is so played out in the WWE, guys. And Michael Cole even brought up this point. Since Bayley came back from injury, which caused her to miss WrestleMania, Bayley hasn't won one match, and I think that's crazy, bro. Obviously, Bayley is she's talented, she's entertaining, and ever since she came back, right, she's lost a lot of weight. She looks good. Looked like she might have got a BBL. Bayley looks sexy, but I mean, if she's being booked with the same matches week after week, because we're getting Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria for the 50th time in 2025, and she's lost all the matches, bro. Her matches either end in disqualification or she just straight up loses. And it's sad, bro. Triple H and the WWE are wasting Bayley's talent, bro. If you have no good plans for her, just release her so she can go to another company and get treated fairly. That's my opinion, man. So anyway, Bayley gets the pinfall with ease for the because remember, it's 2 out of 3, right? So whoever gets two pinfalls out of 3 wins the match. So Bayley gets the first pinfall with ease. I didn't know that this was that type of match. So Bayley ends up Bayley hits the corner really hard and seems like she got injured, but the match continues. Lyra throws her into the Lyra looked like she got injured when she hit the corner really hard. Not Bayley, Lyra. So Bayley throws Lyra into the turnbuckle again to the injured back, and then Lyra somehow gets the second pinfall. So now it's tied up. Pretty much Lyra Valkyria wins the match. And like I said, Bayley hasn't won one match since she came back from injury, and Triple H has absolutely buried Bayley at this point. It's over. Just release her from the company. So backstage, Stephanie Valkyria promises to become the Women's World Champion in Paris. Next, we got Chelsea Green versus John Cena's ex-wife, Nikki Bella. This match was extremely boring. The crowd was dead. Nikki Bella hit the rack attack, but she was struggling to pick Chelsea Green up, man. Nikki Bella might be washed at age 41, and she might need to just hang it up and retire. Next, Stephanie Valkyria comes out and pretty much destroys Piper Niven to help Nikki Bella. Stephanie was wearing some red leggings, and Lord, she looked thick in them leggings, man. Shout out to the queen, Stephanie Valkyria. Just go ahead and give Stephanie Valkyria the title in Paris, man, because she's out. In my opinion, I think Stephanie Valkyria is the most talented woman in all of the WWE rosters. I don't care if it's NXT. I don't care if it's Raw. I don't care if it's SmackDown. Stephanie Valkyria she's what people think Rhea Ripley is. And what I mean by that is she's very pretty. She wrestles really good, right? And she's good on the mic. She even though she has a strong Hispanic accent, she can speak clear English, man. So shout out to Stephanie Valkyria, man. I'm taking Stephanie Valkyria over any woman in the WWE right now. That's my opinion. So next backstage, we have New Day and Grayson Waller give Adam Pearce a toupee for not giving the New Day a rematch for the titles. And Adam says that next week they will get a chance to qualify for a rematch to get their titles back. Adam tells Dirty Dom that he will defend his title against AJ Styles at SummerSlam. Next, we got a promo segment for the most boring, overrated World Heavyweight Champion of all time, Gunther. He brags about retiring a washed-up-ass Goldberg. And then, thank God, Braun Breaker interrupts his terrible speech. And then Gunther cuts off Paul Heyman while he's talking and says that he's not interested in what he has to say. So he tries to leave the ring. Braun Breaker stops him from leaving the ring. And then Paul says that tonight, Braun Breaker will be the #1 contender for his title at SummerSlam. And then next we get the gauntlet match, right, between Braun Breaker, CM Punk, Penta, LA Knight, and Jey Uso. Now listen, going into this main event, guys, my prediction was that Bronson Reed was going to help Braun Breaker win this match. So we start off with Braun Breaker versus Penta, right? Braun hits Penta with the same spear that he did a week or two ago, where Penta basically jumps off the ropes and in midair, he gets split in half by Braun Breaker with a vicious spear. I think Braun also knocked one of Penta's teeth out in this match. Hopefully it was spit and not a tooth. Let me know what y'all think about that in the comment section if you watched Raw last night. So next we got LA Knight versus Braun Breaker. And let's be honest, guys. We all knew that LA Knight was not going to win this match because Triple H hates him. Braun Breaker pretty much spears LA Knight as I predicted. Shout out to Triple K for being so predictable. He gets eliminated. Next, Jey Uso comes out, and he's not beating Braun Breaker either, man. But I did find it funny that Jey Uso started yeeting in the middle of his match with Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker was dehydrated though, man. He had to get out of the ring and get some water because Braun Breaker was about to pass out, bro. I don't even know how he made it as far as he did in this gauntlet match, man. Braun Breaker was gassed, bro. So anyway, Bronson Reed stops Jey Uso from doing the Uso splash. Braun Breaker spears Jey Uso and wins just like I predicted. So lastly, we got CM Punk versus Braun Breaker, right? And like I said, I obviously felt like Bronson was going to stop CM Punk from winning, and I thought Braun Breaker was going to win. So CM Punk stops Bronson from interfering and hits a flying elbow on Braun Breaker, but Braun Breaker surprisingly kicks out. Punk then goes for a submission. Bronson Reed interrupts again. Jey Uso comes back, interrupts, and he pretty much hits the Samoan kick on Bronson Reed. And then CM Punk pretty much intercepts Braun Breaker's spear and hits the GTS and wins. Guys, I was so surprised that CM Punk won this match because Triple H doesn't care what the fans want, bro. Listen, I did want LA Knight to win this match, but the fact that CM Punk won this match, I was happy, bro, because CM Punk deserves to be a champion. CM Punk he definitely should beat Gunther, right? Like if CM Punk loses to Gunther at SummerSlam, guys, I might just stop watching wrestling. Like I might just stop watching the WWE. If I do watch the WWE, it'll probably only be NXT because Shawn Michaels is a great booker on NXT. But if CM Punk loses to Gunther for the World Heavyweight Champion, I'm done, right? So anyway, I was so happy I was wrong. Congrats to CM Punk. Bronson Reed attacks Punk again. Then Jey Uso helps Braun Breaker, but Braun Breaker spears Jey. Then Braun also spears CM Punk. And then Bronson Reed's fat ass, he tries to tsunami CM Punk and Jey Uso at the same time. He pretty much put Jey Uso's body on top of CM Punk's body. No diddy. But then Roman Reigns, man. Roman Reigns comes back and he hits the flying, the super punch on Bronson Reed. Then Roman picks up Bronson Reed and slams him. Then he Superman punches Braun Breaker. Then Roman Reigns spears Bronson Reed. Then Roman helps Jey back. Then he helps Jey Uso back up to his feet. And the crowd pretty much started cheering Roman Reigns, Roman Reigns, Roman Reigns, Roman Reigns. Shout out to Roman Reigns, man. Roman Reigns, can you stop disappearing for 2 months straight and then coming back? Hopefully Roman Reigns sticks around and consistently shows up week after week. I know he has leukemia, but Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins is going to be out for 6 to 8 months. The WWE needs you right now. And also, he had a shirt that said OTC1. I guess that's his new moniker. And I just hope that this new version of Roman Reigns wins matches and dominates matches on a consistent basis. And listen, man, after Cody Rhodes gets that title from John Cena, can we get a Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes rematch? Can we possibly get a scenario where Roman Reigns gets his title back? Now, there's a possibility that that's not going to happen, because Roman Reigns is supposed to start filming his movie with Cody Rhodes right after SummerSlam. So there's a possibility that John Cena retains, right? There's a possibility that John Cena retains, and there's a possibility that Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes don't get that title back from John, right? So anyway, man, I found it funny that Braun Breaker looked like he was going to cry leaving the arena. And like I said, man, this main event was the best part of Monday Night Raw last night. If that didn't happen, I would have rated this episode a 0 out of 10. But like I said, just because Roman came back, I'm going to go ahead and rate this episode of Raw a 1 out of 10. Like I said, everything besides the main event was trash. It was predictable. And guys, don't be surprised if we have to watch another match between Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. Because this guy, I don't get why Triple H, you have all of these talented wrestlers on NXT, Raw, and SmackDown, and you choose to book the same boring fucking matches week after week after week. Like, to everybody watching this video, honest question for you guys. Where does Bayley go from here? Like, what do you do with Bayley's character at this point? The only thing I can think of is she stops Lyra Valkyria from winning her championship match with the man, right? And then you give Bayley another chance to fight for the title against the man, but I just don't see it happening, bro. If you're not gonna have Bayley booked in a way that she looks good, release her from the company. With that being said, man, it's your boy Wavy. Stay Wavy TV. Thank y'all for watching. Subscribe, thumbs up the video, leave a comment. I'm out.